Alright, rockers, what's going on? Turbo here, Brooklyn's only original rock and rolling rebel for episode 2 of Turbo's Thoughts. First, let me apologize for the bright light coming in off the side of my face. I have my windows open to enjoy the bright, beautiful weather that's happening at the time I am putting this together. And why not? We're expecting more snow where I am here in the New York area at the time that I'm doing this. So why not have the sun beaming in for this episode while we have it? Alright, so this week's episode, or this episode, is we don't know how often I will be able to do these, as often as I can. And for those of you watching for the first time and maybe did not see episode 1, this is just my way of expressing my thoughts and opinions on things that maybe I don't have time to talk about on my internet radio show, The Asylum, or maybe things that just don't fit the format of my internet radio show, The Asylum, so I'm doing them here. Hopefully in future episodes, I'll be discussing topics and giving my thoughts on things that you want to hear, but I'll give you that information, of course, at the end of this very episode. Now, this episode came to be after watching the Super Bowl. First things first, congratulations to Seattle Seahawks and their fans on a Super Bowl win. Very well deserved and well earned after the butt kicking they gave the Denver Broncos. So kudos to them. Congrats to Pete Carroll, by the way. I met him as a young baby DJ, as we say in the world of radio, and always liked him. He was a great guy. It's nice to see him finally win a Super Bowl. Very well deserved to him, well deserved to the entire team, so enjoy it. It was definitely earned. Now, of course, always the big talk of the Super Bowl is the halftime show. So, of course, I, like many others, tweeted and did Facebook statuses during the halftime show. I got some, shall we say, not so positive replies when I referred to Bruno Mars as hair and tacos. Let me just say that is just my personal opinion. Bruno Mars and his music has never done anything for me. And like music, everyone's entitled to their opinions. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't like it. And just because you like it doesn't mean I have to. The only thing that Bruno Mars did show to me at the Super Bowl halftime show is he is a great James Brown impersonator. But that's about it. Other than that, he really didn't do anything for me as a musician and still doesn't. Just my thoughts on that. Now, as to the bigger issue, is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. A lot of rock and metal fans like myself were very excited to see a rock band in the halftime show. Something many of us argue about every year when the halftime show is announced, because we all know football to a lot of us means rock music. So we figured the Red Hot Chili Peppers would save the show. Now, they did do a phenomenal job. Would give it away now. However, controversy has come out because, if you look at the picture I'm throwing up, they did not plug in their instruments to perform. So now we have an issue of syncing, not only in pop, but now in the rock world. Now, no one, I don't care who you are, can convince me that Bruno Mars was not lip-syncing, did not have backing tracks. If the Red Hot Chili Peppers did a backing track, then odds are so did Bruno Mars, mainly because of the size of the venue and timing and all that other crap that goes into it. I'm against syncing of any kind for any reason. We all know over the years a lot of pop artists like Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, Madonna, Bruno Mars, and countless others have been caught lip syncing. Well, I say they don't, but we all know they do, because when you look at the dance moves that a lot of them do on stage, it's obvious. You can't jump up and down and around the stage like you have buzz in your underwear and still sing and still hit notes like they are hitting. It's just not physically possible. Which is why a lot of us in the world of rock and metal give them a hard time, because, like, to be honest, if you want to go out there and be a singer, go out there and sing. Don't jump around on stage just because you have to. No one says you have to. Neil Diamond, great singer from my parents' generation, didn't jump around on stage, but has a great career as a singer. So, and he never backtracked. So a lot of us in the world of rock and metal stick by the idea of real musicians and real singers do the real thing on stage. However, the Chili Peppers have opened the door to what might be a Pandora's box, if you will, for the world of rock and metal, because, you know, more rock and metal bands now are starting to do just that. They're starting to go out and tour and have backing tracks and backing vocals. And now that, in all genres, I don't care what genre you are, pop, rock, metal, hip-hop, merengue, flamenco, whatever, if you are going out to perform live in front of an audience, no matter how big or small, you should be doing just that. Performing for real. If part of your rehearsal includes syncing up to a backing track, an iPod or something, you know what? You're in the wrong industry. Get out. People are paying hard-earned money to see you perform live. And you're giving them something that basically they can get by sitting at home and listening to their stereos or iPods or downloaded music on their computer. You are a musician and a singer. You play music. You sing with your voice. If you're going to go out on stage and use backup music to help your performance, because maybe you have an over need to be perfect, or you have a manager telling you it has to be perfect. You know what? Life is not perfect. And as a result, live performances are not going to be perfect. And that is what we love about it. A few years ago, Iron Maiden, Somewhere Back in Time tour, Madison Square Garden. The guys were playing. Power went out in the building. Guess what? The guys were still playing. You could still hear, if you were in the front rows, Bruce Dickinson singing. The guys playing guitar. Nico beating on the drums. Why? Because they were really playing their instruments. he was really singing. It wasn't until it was half a minute or so, that they realized, wait, the power's out. Nobody's hearing this. So I urge everyone, let's start picking and choosing who we're going to call out for lip syncing, and start calling out the music industry as a whole. Start calling out management firms and promoters who are trying to convince every musician of every genre that lip syncing and backing tracks are needed for a live performance. Go out there and do a live performance as it was meant to be. Done live, you actually singing or actually playing your instruments. There you go, gang. My thoughts on lip syncing in general. It's bad. Let's not do it. And let's get rid of it. Because all it's doing is hurting future generations. Telling the future singers and musicians, you know what? If you're not perfect, we'll fake it for you. You can't fake life. You gotta go out and do it for real. So let's get rid of lip syncing in general in all areas of the music industry, including big shows like the Grammys, like the Super Bowl, and so many others. So there you go again, my thoughts. I added that little bit on, but that's it. My thoughts on lip syncing. And I'm going to get on out of here for this episode. If you guys want my thoughts on a topic in a future episode of Turbo's Thoughts, well, just shoot me an email, turbo@turborules.com. Tell me what you'd like me to talk about here in an episode of Turbo's Thoughts. I'll be glad to do it. Make sure you include your name. I want to make sure I give you guys credit for it. Check out my website, turborules.com, and have a good one.